Hi everyone, this is Fresh Sleeved Kate, coming to you live from my warm bed because it's freezing in New England again after it was really warm all last week, of course, while I'm stuck in the house. I had a question from Steve L. on one of my other videos about recovery and how it was after the hospital or anything I did for prep before. So I'll just go through a little bit of that. I had my VSG surgery, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, on March 14th, 2014, which is 2 weeks ago tomorrow. Very exciting because I cannot wait to be done with full liquids. And I had it at Toby Hospital in Wareham, Massachusetts. A couple of things that I did before surgery to prep. Definitely get connected. If you know how to use a computer really well, if you have an Instagram, if you like to go on forums, try to find a program or website or anything. Just even using hashtags on Instagram, just hashtag VSG, hashtag weight loss surgery. Just searching those to try to find other people that have had the surgery, other people that have not had the surgery yet and they're going through it with you at the same time was extremely helpful to me. Got a lot of like meal ideas and different things that I could buy for my kitchen to get ready. It's just a really supportive community on Instagram or Facebook or forums. I use it's called 3 Fat Chicks on a Diet. It's just a forum that I've used forever for all of my weight loss stuff. Everybody on there is really great. It's not just girls, but it was originally made by 3 girls. So it's 3 Fat Chicks on a Diet blog, so check that out. I also did a lot of research on the World According to Eggface blog. Shelly, the woman on there, she had Roux-en-Y surgery a long time ago, and she is just a major success story that I definitely look up to, and I love seeing all of her recipes. I love to cook, so I like to see what people make. So I did a lot of that. Looking at those things, I realized everyone's journey is different, and that's what everyone will tell you over and over again. So doing all this research, sometimes you're going to see stuff on there that is negative. When I was going through all my thyroid stuff with the thyroid cancer and everything, you read a lot of people's horror stories about things that have gone wrong, and you just need to learn to separate yourself from that and stay as positive as possible through the entire process. Because if you show up there on the day of your surgery unsure or uneasy or nervous, you're not going to go into it with the right mindset, and it can really mess you up psychologically. So thankfully I was part of a program that had a psychological aspect to it with social workers and psychologists where we met with them one-on-one, and then we also met in groups, and that will continue for the next few years. So they really keep on top of us. They want to have their research. They want to know how everyone's doing in different age groups. So it was really important for me to find a program that had that as well. So support groups, doing your research online, preparing yourself food and drink wise. For a few weeks leading up to my surgery, I tried to mindfully eat, which is what my program taught us, where you might not be hungry after your surgery for a while. Maybe you will. Most people aren't. And you need to know that you need to fuel your body every 4 hours with some type of protein. So I tried to get in that mindset. It's kind of tough. I work retail. I'm an assistant manager at a record store. So I am running around all the time. And I don't always remember to eat. Before my surgery, I did not always have breakfast. I drank a lot of coffee. Diet soda was like a big one. Diet Coke. Love it. Haven't had one in a long time now. Don't even care. Doesn't bother me. I think I just like the carbonation a lot. But getting in those habits early on before you have surgery, trying to not drink when you eat, timing yourself. I just got a regular kitchen timer, and I would time it. Check on my phone 30 minutes before I eat. I would drink. Wait 30 minutes, eat. Wait 30 minutes, drink, so that you're constantly drinking or eating and that you're aware of what you're putting into yourself. So that was something that I had to start early on because it was definitely a difficult change to make, going from eating whenever and eating whatever, even when I thought I was being really healthy. I was not on that type of schedule every 4 hours, and that alone is going to help you be prepared for after surgery. My boyfriend's calling me. So I did that. I checked on the forums. I made a little list here, sorry. Research the foods that you're going to eat post-op. So if you've never had fish before, try making a couple of dishes before you have surgery. If you've never had quinoa or any plant-based proteins before your surgery, try some of those before so you know what you're getting into. Your taste may change. You might have a chocolate shake that you loved before, and afterwards you cannot stomach it at all. So it's just about trying different things and preparing your house with what you're going to need post-op so that you don't have to go out, because honestly, I couldn't drive for 2 weeks. I'm still within the 2 weeks. I did tell my doctor at my 1 week checkup that I had to test drive cars. 1 week before my surgery, not even, maybe 4 days before my surgery, my car was totaled on the highway by a drunk driver. I'm totally fine, but my car was totaled, so I can't drive anyway. So I had to really prepare my house before surgery, a couple days before, get liquids that I could have. For 2 weeks I'm on full liquids, so I bought a bunch of these Smart Waters that are 33 ounces, and then my boyfriend works right next door to Whole Foods, and he brought me home this huge Smart Water, which is 55 ounces. And I just keep refilling that. I don't keep buying bottled water. I just keep refilling those so that I kind of have a gauge as to how much I'm drinking every day. I'm supposed to get in 64 ounces of liquid and 60 to 80 grams of protein a day. So I did get a bunch of these to try in my first few weeks, the IsoPure protein waters. No aspartame, no preservatives, a bunch of different flavors. Both of the ones I've tried so far, black tea and this grape, I did not like. But what I did was put a Crystal Light Concord grape flavor into it, and it wasn't so bad after that. But I do want to try to choke them down because it's 40 grams of protein, and that way in the beginning when you're not feeling so hungry and you can't really eat too much, like I'll open a yogurt and eat a couple bites of it and I cannot get through more. I feel full. You can feel it in your chest. So I like to just try to drink as much protein as I can. There's a lot of different powders you can get that look like Crystal Light packets. You can get them at CVS or Walgreens, whatever pharmacies near you, probably Walmart. A lot of different options for people that can't handle different types of food after. So yeah, preparing your house. I got a lot of Gatorade too, which was not something that I really allowed myself to drink before, but when you're not really eating much or drinking much, you'll find other things that you can have to keep your electrolytes up, to keep your energy up, and it's important to get those liquids in. I also went to the market and got a bunch of different sugar-free jellos that I could make myself instead of the pre-packed ones in the little cups, because then I made them with muscle milk or protein powder to get the protein up. And I also got cream of chicken soup, cream of mushroom soup, tomato soup that I can make with condensed cream. What else did I get? All kinds of stuff. But if you're in any type of program, I highly recommend that you just ask as many questions as you possibly can of your nutritionist team. That's what I did. That's how I found all the different things that I could have. Week 1, they gave us a binder. I'll show you my binder at some point with pretty much a play-by-play every hour of what you should be drinking or eating and when. And I just tried to stick to that as best I could before and after surgery. Ask questions of your doctor so that when you get there on surgery day, you are not afraid or you don't know what's going to happen to you. You should know exactly what's going to happen, what they're doing when they go in there, what the staples look like if you're getting the sleeve, what your system's going to look like after if you're having the Roux-en-Y. Why. Ask as many questions as possible so that you feel comfortable. That's the biggest thing. Let's see. For the hospital tips, just my program pretty much just gave me a quick list. It included comfy clothes, like I just wore, not really pajama pants, but like yoga pants, I guess. But anything, sweatpants, anything that you're comfortable in, because you're only going to be wearing it for a little while, then you're in a beautiful Johnny. And I brought a house coat because usually, um, sometimes they'll have you put the Johnny on backwards, or um, it's tied in the back, and you have to walk a lot in the hospital. So having that house coat just makes you feel a little bit less naked walking around the halls of a hospital in a public place. So I got that. I brought slippers that I wore a lot when I was walking, something that has grip on the bottom, or even just like loose fitting shoes, something that you don't have to bend over and tie, because you are going to be getting up a lot to walk as much as possible. I brought my cell phone and my charger, of course. My hospital said don't worry about having the phone on. You have Wi-Fi, so I was able to stay in touch with people, and also through Instagram or Facebook, talk to other people that have had the surgery, other people that went in that day, so we could talk about it. I did bring a couple books. Didn't really get to any of them. You don't really have a lot of energy. You're drinking just water. And the first day you're not drinking anything. So I really just tried to focus on getting into a routine. So I would, when you come out of surgery, I woke up and I was in a lot of pain at first. And it was tough to talk because my throat was really dry. They put a tube in you. You don't feel it. It doesn't hurt. It was just dry. And you can't drink. So they bring you these little foam. It looks like a Q-tip, a big Q-tip dipped in water pretty much. And you're just allowed to wet your mouth with that so that everything in there at least gets a little bit moist. You can't drink any of it. You can't swallow it. So it was like mint flavored. And you wipe it around. And that's what you get for the first day. But you also get your best friend a morphine drip at your fingertips. So it's regulated, obviously. You hit the button, you can hit it a million times, but it's only going to give you a little bit for every 10 minutes. So I would time it. I would hit the button. It would make me so tired that I would take a nap. I'd wake up, wet my mouth, wait a little bit, read a little, look at my phone, play a game, do whatever to occupy myself, watch TV, hit the button when I felt it. As soon as you start to feel sick, hit the button, because otherwise it's too late. If you already feel like you're in a lot of pain, it's too late. The next day you wake up and they want you to start sipping. So they give you an 8-ounce bottle of water, and you're supposed to put it into a little medicine cup and just take sips, little shots of water. And I did that all day. I had to get in 4 of those before they would let me leave. So because I was fine otherwise with the morphine, I was totally fine. They switch you over to, I got switched over to Roxicet, which is just like a liquid Percocet, to leave the hospital with. But that second day, I think even the first day, the first day, as soon as I got up to my room and I had the morphine in me for a little while, they had me up and walking. And I would walk a couple of laps around the hospital floor, which wasn't that big, but I would just do a few laps and then go sit down and then hit the button, take a nap, wake up, and go for a walk. Second day you wake up, they want you drinking, you drink a little bit at a time, and then you walk and walk and walk. You have to prove to them that you can drink 8 ounces of water, get up and walk around a lot, release a lot of liquid so you're peeing like crazy. And if you can do that for the whole day with the sleeve at least, I think they pretty much let you go the first day for most people, the first day after, so 24 hours later. Most people that have Roux-en-Y, I think it could be up to a few days, and if you have any complications for any reason, it could be a few days too. I had no complications, thankfully. Just for numbers, I went in at 225, which is underweight for most people, but I don't have a thyroid, so due to other health issues, I was approved for the surgery. And with 225, I didn't have a lot of fat on my liver. I didn't have a lot of things that they worry about with other people that have the surgery, so it was fairly easy. I was in and out of the OR in 30 minutes, so it wasn't bad. But yep, so afterwards when you go home, my best tips would be just reading over your binder or any type of reading materials that they gave you. Labeling a pint glass. My mother had Roux-en-Y a year before, and she took a pint glass and just used like an erasable marker, measured 8 ounces on it, and drew a line and wrote 8 ounces. So I knew exactly how much I was taking in every time, no matter what liquid I put in that cup, whether it was G2 or juice, sugar, low sugar juices that are approved, water, milk, whatever I was having. She put it in a glass that I could measure, which was great. Same with the food, anything, any type of soup, she would measure it in a half cup, in a quarter cup, whatever amount of ounces I was supposed to have in the glass Pyrex, she would measure it out, and that's what I would have. Whether I could finish it or not didn't really matter. It's just that I tried. The first 2 weeks, you really just want to focus on your liquids. Getting a variety of liquids will help you with that. You don't want to drink the same thing over and over. My doctors in my binder gave us a sample menu with the times, like I mentioned. That is super important because it helped me stay on track. Even if I got behind, I at least knew where it was supposed to be. And having a notebook, I always have a notebook. I write everything down that I was going to talk about. I have a smaller one that I keep in my purse, just like a moleskin little notebook. And I just write in it throughout the day what I've had, how many ounces of protein. I don't really go crazy with calories or any of that because really we're only eating like 500 calories. But I do keep track of how much water and how many grams of protein, how many sugars if it's something crazy, because we should be pretty observant with that for a while. In my last video I mentioned all the other stuff I got from my kitchen, so just check that one out if need be. But other than that, if you have any other questions about vertical sleeve gastrectomy or the surgery or anything else, just go ahead and ask. At this point, tomorrow is my 2-week, and I'll weigh myself tomorrow. I try not to weigh myself all the time. I do not want to get addicted to the scale. It is not a healthy relationship to have. But at my follow-up on Monday, I was down 15 pounds, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'll be down another 5. But we'll see. I don't know. I've been doing everything that I'm supposed to, getting in my liquids, getting in my foods, liquid foods, soups and puddings and protein shakes. I like the muscle milk shakes. I like pure protein. I like 6-star protein. Those are all from Walmart. So they're no more than like, I think the most expensive ones I bought were $6, but I did buy a $29.99 tub of Syntrax, I think it's called, Nectar. I got cookies and cream protein, and I'll mix that in with everything. I don't care. I love that flavor. I'm gonna get mint chip next time. So yeah, it's all about preparation. Read your binders, read your pamphlets that they gave you, and try to prepare yourself before as well as after, so you won't have to worry about so much after. But that's the best advice I can give you. Until next time.